All right. All right, guys. Happy Friday. Happy Foreclosure Friday. I actually was looking on Facebook today. This marks the 1 year anniversary since we started this group. So I'm super excited. Thank you guys that have been along the journey so far with us, everybody that started from the beginning. But guys, make sure you just get connected in the Facebook group if you're not part of the Facebook group, because this is where I'm going to drop all the articles after, I'm done here. Also as well too, share the group with anybody else who you know will benefit, that want to learn this game, that want to be a part of this game. The WhatsApp chat we also have as well too, where we answer questions. And shout out to Work TC. Chris is not here today, but Chris, I got you. So I'm gonna jump in the foreclosure news today. I have two great articles with lots of information, so make sure you get ready. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. All right. Can you all see my screen? Let me go ahead and make this bigger. Can you see? Felix, you good? Okay. All right. Put myself right here. All right, guys. So Florida owners are losing their homes. As we know, it's things are getting crazy, things are getting tight. So it's official. Florida has regained the #1 spot as the highest rate of home foreclosures in the nation, according to Adam. If you guys do not know what Adam is the place where it records foreclosure data. So it records all the foreclosure data. That's where you can go find it. Florida right now, it's hot, it's insane. There's a lot of foreclosures popping, right? So one in every 2,632 homes units in Florida had a foreclosure filing in February. February apparently has been one of the craziest months so far with foreclosure filings. A lot of new foreclosures. North Carolina was just near Florida with one in every 2,248 homes, and Delaware had one in every 2,428 homes, right? So a lot of filings happening in the month of February, a lot of filings happening everywhere. Felix, I know you mentioned about seeing a bunch of homeowners reaching back out to you in regards to needing help now. We're seeing a massive increase of people going through foreclosure, right? So going back to Florida, in Florida, we had two places in Florida that had the highest numbers of foreclosures. Like we talked about, Miami. Miami is on fire with the foreclosures. Miami had a crazy, ridiculous amount of foreclosures, and also Orlando. So if you live in Miami and you live in Orlando, there is a perfect niche and opportunity for you to go out there to go ahead and get these listings. I don't know, Tati, I know you live in Palm Bay, but she just recently got a listing. We spoke about it. The person was going through foreclosure, and she was able to connect the person with an attorney that stopped the sales date and got the listing. I think she's working on. I'm not sure she's on, but we'll talk about that later on. But yeah, so as you can see, in February, lenders began the foreclosure process on more than 22,500 properties. That's a 4% increase from the previous month and 11% higher than a year ago. What's happening? I don't know. People are feeling the burn. You guys probably know. You guys are in the street as well too. You guys are individuals. It's just so much is happening in the economy. And one of the biggest things as well too, consumer debt. People are not making a lot of money, but they're spending a lot of money. So whew, foreclosures are on fire. That's the first article. And then I have another quick article I'm gonna jump into. I like this one a lot better. This one has a lot of information, right? So CoreLogic, what CoreLogic does, let me move this to the side. CoreLogic gives us insight on equity, right? Negative equity shares and an average equity gain. So negative equity, for those who are wondering what is negative equity. So people who are underwater upside down, right? Borrowers who owe more on the mortgage than their home is worth. So in this data does not include properties that don't have a mortgage. This is only properties that have a mortgage. So homeowner equities in Q4 2023, homeowners with mortgages have seen their equity increase by a total of 1.3 trillion since the fourth quarter of 2022. That's a gain of 8.6% year over year. What does that mean? That means people are equity rich. There's a lot of equity. A lot of people from 2023 to now I mean, from 2022 to 2023, they made a lot of money. There's a lot of equity. When I'm looking at these foreclosure properties on the sites of people that are losing their home, 9 out of 10, these people are sitting on money. They have a lot of equity. They can get out. They can change the situation if they want to, right? So in the fourth quarter of 2023, the total number of mortgage residential properties with negative equity decreased by 1.1%. So a lot of people, if they were underwater before, they're not underwater. Because of home equity is affected by prices changes. This one was, I want you guys to pay close attention to this. Borrowers with equity positions near +5 or -5%, the negative equity cutoff are most likely to move out into a negative equity as prices change. So as we continue to go into the market, if prices change or prices increase, even just by 5%, it will have a drastic change on some homeowners. So if home prices increase by 5%, 1,400 people would regain equity. If prices decrease by 5%, 1,062, sorry, would fall underwater. So a lot of people right now, especially those that are going through foreclosure, that are messing around, that don't want to sell the property, that think that they have, that think that they can just go ahead and waste all this time. They might be. Can you mute yourself, Tony? Thank you. They might be, they're on that slim line, right? So a lot of people, some people are very equity rich, but some people are just on that slim line. And as we continue to see in this market, as you guys see as well too, uh, we're not getting those crazy prices, especially down here in Miami, right? We're not in the market where people overpaying for properties anymore. We're seeing increase of properties. Some properties are even sitting longer. I had a listing appointment yesterday. It was in Sunrise, and I was looking at some of the properties that sold back then. Back then it was like over 525. Now, and average day on market was less than 20 days. Now I'm looking, average day on market is up 60 days. Even some were sitting for 100 and something days. So it's taking longer to sell in certain areas. And, as we can see, that people are not getting these crazy numbers before, right? One of the things that I love to talk about as well too is the baby boomers, people, old people. There's a lot of old people retiring this year. The statistic is, I believe, I forget, it's not on top of my head, but it was, oh yeah, 12,000 people were 12,000 people turning 65 every single day of this year. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of old people, right? So boomers are known as the wealthiest generation, and a lot of these people, they're retiring, they're passing away. This is gonna be one of the largest. This is gonna be the greatest wealth transfer ever. So a lot of these people, they're just sitting on massive amount of equity. Imagine buying a home back in the 19 somethings for 40, $30,000. Now imagine how much that property is worth, right? It's insane. Going back down over here, I wanted to read this part to you as well, so you can get a really good understanding. Rising home prices continue to fuel
It's so
growing home equity, right? Which at 298,000 per average borrowers remain near historic highs at the end of 2023. By extension, at 43%, the average loan to value ratio of US borrowers has also remained in line with record lows. So basically what this is just saying suggests that the typical home buyer has notable home equity reserves that they can tap into if needed, like how I talked about, right? So most importantly, home growth over the last years has helped lift the equity of homeowners who were underwater because of 2022 price declines, meaning that their mortgages amount was higher than the value of their properties. Now, slightly more than 1 million borrowers are underwater, the lowest number recorded in CoreLogic. So this is comparing back to 2009, the crash. During that time, we had 12 million people, 12 million people that was underwater. Now we only have 1 million. That's a major change. And all of that happened throughout just that short period of COVID time that we had as well too, because of the massive equity gain that we got. So there's money out there in these streets, right? And I want to read to you the national homeowner equity thing. In the fourth quarter of 2023, the average US homeowner gained approximately 24,000 in equity during the past year. Rhode Island, Jersey, and Massachusetts posted the largest average national equity gains, all at 50,000 or more. Only Texas posted it at annual equity loss. I don't know what's happening in Texas, but everywhere else, a lot of people gained a lot of equity, right? Negative equity. I've seen a recent decrease across the country. So these are the 10 metros that are seeing negative equity so far. LA and Las Vegas at the lowest at 0.7%. San Fran, 1%, Denver, 1.5, Houston, 1.4, Chicago, 2.7, Washington, 1.3, New York, 2.1, Boston, 1.2, and Miami is 0.9. So that's what I wanted to talk about on that part. I'm going to stop sharing my screen to really get into the message I want you guys to know. So the biggest thing, guys, as the market changed, as we're seeing, we went from massive price increase, and now we might be going to negative price. So if we start going into negative pricing, what does it mean for the people that are in distress? This is the message you got to start preaching to these people. You got to start letting them know that if the market takes a shift, you're in a great position right now, but you may be underwater. So now with foreclosure sales, when a homeowner's in foreclosure and they want to go ahead and sell their property, they're most likely walking out with money. Well, the difference in 2009 and back then when a lot of these people were in foreclosure, they had to do short sales or they had to do cash for keys, which was bad. Still left them in a really bad position. Now they had to figure out where they were going to move, how they were going to move, and where they're going to get the money from. So now they're in a completely different position. So when you let them know and you pop that question in their head, what if the market switch? What if you don't have equity? That may put a fire under their butt to go ahead and do something. But again, as we can see, there's still some professional foreclosees. If you guys see my video that I dropped yesterday, I had a guy who been going through foreclosure since 20 well no 2000 2016, which is insane. This guy filed approximately I believe it was 3 to 4 bankruptcies already. And I cold called him. And he was like, no, 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 I got it, whatever. It was a Haitian guy. He's like, I got it, I got it, I got it. I was like, man, he doesn't got it. I look again and this guy, boom, another bankruptcy that he was able to file to keep it going. So he's been riding the system for roughly 10 years now. The crazy thing about it, when he did the property he purchased it for around I think 200 something, all the way from 2016 to now. He still only owes 500, yeah, 527,000. The property is valued at almost $900,000. So imagine if we didn't have the situation that we had where during COVID and massive equity gain, this guy would have been underwater. It would have been a different story. But even still today, with all his equity, he's not capitalizing, taking advantage of it. So some people, they're in such great equity position, even if the market turns a little bit, they're going to be all right. But there is a lot of people that are going to suffer because especially the ones that bought last year or just in the range of 2 years ago. So some people, we're seeing people that just bought homes as well too are going underwater. So it's important to focus on these people, right? Chris, I see you're in the building. You're dropping links. All right, but that's the message I wanted to preach to you to guys today. I also Max, I don't know if Max is here, but I wanted to share a very important story or a very important experience that happened to Max as well too. When you're out there talking to these people, let them know that you're an agent. And the reason why I say you're an agent because your agent license brings credibility. Max had a person where he signed a listing agreement with, and for some reason, I don't know why he didn't list the property already. If 2 weeks went by, because he was waiting for professional pictures, and the property had a bunch of stuff everywhere. The lady was a hoarder. And by the time he got ready to go ahead and take professional pictures to list the lady's house, rather than just taking a picture of the front and just posting it, the lady, somebody came in, it was an older lady, had her sign a contract, and already quickly leave the property for, I believe it was like less than 100,000, switched the title and everything. And now this lady was walking out with no money, is gonna be in the streets, and people don't care. So while we're out here trying to help and get listings and help these people, there is people out there taking advantage and scamming people. So I'm telling you that if you're getting people and you're calling them or knocking them, they're kind of like hesitant or scared. That's the reason why, because there's a lot of people. I went to an investor meeting with Jonathan. Jonathan, I don't know if you're in there, but the topic that they were talking about foreclosures. And we've been talking about this since we started this group a year ago, but Chris and I was talking about this 2 years ago, 3 years ago. We're already ahead of the curve. These investors, it was at DRIA, the whole seminar thing was about going after foreclosures. How he focused on going after associations or talking to attorneys, bankruptcy attorneys, to go after these foreclosures because they see the money, they see the potential, they see the opportunity in these foreclosures. So you guys are already ahead of the curve. When you're serving these people, let them know your license as well too, because that brings kind of like, oh, he's not here to screw me, type thing. I know Rob, you had a story or something you wanted to share with us, so you can go ahead and do now, and then also after Rob's done, any questions, I'll go ahead and answer as well too. I'm right on time, baby. Formula One, I'll see you soon. All right.
10 minutes, 10 minutes, and you're
Rob.
out. Good morning, everyone. So I got the chef hat on in paradise today because we're cooking. Foreclosure, definitely still the wave. So real quick, I had a team meeting, when was it? Wednesday night. And right prior to the meeting, I got a phone call. Weird number called me. And I pick up the phone. Hello, this is Rob. Hey, Rob, this is Winston. That's the guy's name. I got your message. Who in the world is this? So then I made up some stuff. I told him, hey, look, give me a second. Let me call you back. I'm finishing up a meeting right now, just to give me some time to forewarn him. Check my text message history and everything. And lo and behold, I sent the guy a text message, a picture message of his auction date back in March. No, February 11th to be exact. And he never responded to me. Well, they tried the bankruptcy game, the skeleton bankruptcy game. The judge wasn't having it. They've been putting it off for too long. And now they call me to talk business. So, long story short, in the middle of the meeting, well, after just about finishing my team meeting, went into the conference room and ironically, they wanted the cash offer. I actually gave them both options. I planned out everything to them. I told them about the loan mod. So instead of having to go in person to have this conversation, they were already willing to talk about it all over the phone. So we had the conversation about the loan mod. They're like, yeah, no, we tried it. They denied it. I'm like, in my mind. And then from there, I said, look, we got two options. Option one, I'll make you a cash offer on the property, you know, doing the investor game here. And then option two, if that doesn't make sense, and I can't secure that, we'll put it on the market. We'll see how it goes. They want option one. They're like, yeah, but can you guarantee something if we put on the market? Said, not exactly, but I can guarantee you option one. I'll bring you a buy. I'll get somebody to buy it. So working on locking that one up. We good, man. We're Gucci.
That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Hey, guys, who was saying that? Felix, you can use this opportunity, use these people to build a massive pipeline for yourself. One of the biggest things right now that I'm seeing, the reason why a lot of realtors are kind of like backing up or kind of like struggling a little bit, the market changed. It's not as easy. The rates are not as low as it was before. People are not just coming out of the blue and just saying, I want to go ahead and buy a house. So the skill that sets you apart from every other realtor or every other business professional is the skill of learning how to prospecting consistently. And you have to be good at that. It's your job. It's your job to talk to people on a daily. And all we're doing right now is just targeting people that have high motivation or higher motivation or people that's in a position to where they will benefit if they were actually to sell the property. So you gotta stop worrying about what's going on because whatever's happening is going to happen and just focus on how can you continue to build and drive and bring more success for your business, your family, and accomplish your goals. This niche right here, it's one of a lifetime opportunity because this would have been a whole lot of short sales. And when we go short sales, it's crazy. It's a whole different ballgame. So while we have this good opportunity and people are up in equity, it's a win-win situation. They walk out with money, their credit is still in line and still intact. Take advantage of it. Build a massive pipeline for you. They're going to call you back. I'm telling you, as the market starts declining, the people start seeing the equity going down, they're going to reach out to you and you're going to get. I've been cold calling and I came back from a month of vacation, just taking some time off. I got back on cold calling and I already got a few deals, working already. So you guys can go ahead and do the same thing. I'll open up for questions now within the last 5 minutes, and we'll head out. But guys, this
Well, how
Chris,
you
you
doing,
good?
guys?
What
Yeah,
up?
how you doing? What's going on? Just to let you know, guys, I mean, I was looking at the foreclosures, and right now there's about 344 of them out there that are in Miami-Dade County. So that tells you there's a lot of foreclosures available to go knocking. So you guys need to really go out there and follow up. Hey, listen, mailers, if somebody's doing mailers, do mailers, follow-ups, and cold calling. Like what happened to Max. I mean, it was a bad deal. Somebody showed up and scooped it right under him, and he was just waiting for pick. He was just waiting to get it done. So that was an opportunity. That man just lost a couple, maybe like 10 or 12 grand. So if you guys want to be the ones losing money, this is not the place for you. But if you want to make money, you got to go and knock on these leads. This is free leads. This is not Zillow. You don't have to pay $10. This is easy. You just jump online, get your leads, and go knock. Okay. So, Omi, I'm done with that.
Nice. I see somebody. I think Tatiana said something about flyers left at the property. RPR, RPR. You go in there, you print out a one-page report. Just drop it there. It's a really good detailed report. It lets them know the amount of equity that they have in the property. That's good. When you're talking to these people, ask them if they're interested in seeing how much equity that they have. Once they know that they have equity, and they can go ahead and sell that house and walk out with something, that's a plus. That's a positive within their mind as well. I have another video on that. I'll go be more than happy to send it to you, so that way you can see. I have.
And also, guys, in the Facebook group, the resources are there. I see the question about, yeah, the same thing about the flyers. And I also see about what do you say when you call people. I know I personally drop scripts in the Facebook group and in the WhatsApp chat, as well as dropping flyers that I will let you guys, customize to an extent
Right.
in Canva. There's a template already there for you guys to use.
One of the things we're gonna do as well too, we're gonna do a refresher. We're gonna do a refresher. We're gonna do a massive boot camp. I don't know when I'm gonna do it, but we're gonna do a massive boot camp from finding the leads, how to read the dockets, all of that stuff. We do a massive boot camp, and I'm gonna let you guys know. I just gotta find the right location. But if we do it, we gotta make sure people, you guys show up to go ahead and learn this stuff. We can show you the ins and outs. It is like a 2-3 hour class because it's not something that's quick. But that's something we're gonna do. We're gonna do a massive boot camp where we can just go over all the process and the steps to get you guys ready to go ahead and attack this wave. So if you're excited for that, say yeah. It's a free boot camp that we'll go ahead and do, and just to make sure you guys.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
If anybody has any more questions, now's the time to do it real quick. Before we leave, I know we got 2 minutes left. I'm willing to answer any questions. So if anybody has any questions, now's the time to do it.
All right. Everybody's hyped for the massive boot camp.
When are we
I have a
meeting
quick
in person?
question.
When are we having a meeting in person?
That's gonna be the massive boot camp, my boy. Max can't talk. Max out here losing listings, bro.
What's your mouth? Stop. I'm getting.
So
Yo,
somebody had a question.
Yeah, I have a question.
Go ahead.
I use like Reddit sometimes because my broker provides it to
Okay.
get foreclosures. Now I guess my question, because I was calling some yesterday, how do you check to see if it's still on the foreclosure? Do you go through the MLS to check that?
No.
No. You have to know how to read the dockets. And when we do this class, that's one of the things we're going to be teaching. It's a whole entire process. Again, it's like, Chris, the last time you did that class, it was what, 2-3 hours, right?
Yeah, about 3 hours.
3 hours. It's different, and then every county is different.
Exactly. What county are you in, Renee?
I'm in Polk County. I'm in Florida.
Okay, okay, you're in Polk County. Okay, is that the one you always target, Polk and Orange? Is that what the two that you target?
Polk and Lake County.
And Polk and Lake. Okay. I'll try to send you through the WhatsApp the two places where you could go, so you can find them real quick and verify those foreclosures.
Okay, thank you so much.
No problem.
But massive boot camp, guys, we're gonna go ahead and work on that, and you guys just be on the lookout for that. You know, look, we want to see everybody win. We want to see all you guys win, and don't buy into the negativity. There's always negativity. It's what you do that counts, right? So, guys, happy Friday. I gotta get to Formula One.
I got a quick question.
Yes, sir.
Chris, I need a little bit of training to navigate the Miami clerk of court website. I don't know. I always have issues with it.
Massive boot camp,
No
Max. Massive boot camp. It's you're in Miami, so you can win. We're in Miami, bro.
Every county is different. You know how it is. So we would have to do it by county.
Okay, Alexa said
Yeah,
he got
Miami's
a
wild.
massive boot camp. Alexa, yeah, definitely. Message me if you got a spot already. That'll be great. We can do something really cool for everybody. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys. You can do it in the evening. Yeah, we'll see. I'll do a poll. See what time works best for everybody, where everybody can fit in, and we'll just go from there. Okay.
I just requested to join the WhatsApp too, so that way I can get on there.
Got you, girl. We got you. All right, guys.
Yes.
Happy Friday. If you're Formula One, I see you there. I'm not taking questions now. I'm just watching cars drive really fast. All right.
You going to F1?
Yes, sir. You can't come. You're losing listings. So anybody else can show
Nah,
up.
bro. Don't be putting my business out there like that. But
Tough love, Max. Tough love. But guys, happy Friday again. Take care.
I love it.
Appreciate you guys, and let's make things
That's
happen.
fun. Happy
All right,
Friday, guys.
everybody. Bye.
Bye.